Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the GW Tiger. It's the Tier 9 German SPG, located on the north spawn of mines, and it's under the command of BorkU2. Yes, and that's me. That's one of my alternate accounts. Okay, GW Tiger, armed with the 21cm howitzer. It's capable of doing 900 output, penetrating 53mm armor with 11.4 meters burst radius. Now, I played this game this afternoon, and I thought I'd do a quick test. Is Nigel's spot still as effective as it used to be? My reload time, 32.98 seconds. Okay, I'm dialed in, ready to go. Okay, we've got a number of enemy tanks sitting in the south end of the hill. My first shot doesn't actually hit an enemy tank, but it does stun some of them, and I'm already picking up stun assists from that shot. Okay, so I'm reloading. Now I'm just adjusting my position slightly. We just see a enemy brass go down. Trying to get a better position. Keeping those tanks in sight. And notice they're all hovering around each other, which is going to be fatal if they stay there, because I'm going to load a shell straight into the midst of them. Rounds out. Hits the AE phase 1 right in the side, damages the Cramphant, stuns them. And I'm getting stun assist immediately as well. The AE phase 1 took 353 hit points of damage, the Cramphant 163. But of course it's the stun assist that really makes the difference. Okay, the good thing about this position is you get these enemy tanks to the side, and they're not moving about that much, mainly because if they do, they tend to get hit by the tanks that they're facing. Rounds out the Cramphant. Yep, he's gone. You can see he turned his turret to my direction, probably anticipating the shell was on the way in, but there was nothing he could do about it, and he's now out the game. Okay, so the next target I'm selecting is the AE phase 1. Now I notice every now and then I get close to a rock. You know those rocks in the middle? Well, Wargaming made those rocks higher to stop players like me using this position to do this. Used to be much lower. Now the AE phase 1's out the game. You see that rock there? Yep, that never used to be there before. These rocks just make the game difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move a little further back. I'm a bit worried about that T832, but I'm opening my range, changing my position. Yes, we see that Shrek retreating, but this should be a good spot for me. Yes, it is out in the open. The enemy might spot me, but most of the time they won't. And if I need to get cover, I can just move straight forward. Rounds out. Oh, no, that wasn't so good. The shell went straight between both enemy tanks and exploded some distance behind them, so they didn't get stunned at all. Notice the water symbol. Yes, that's because I'm out in the middle of the water. Now, the GW Tiger, they did actually try to build one. It was under construction when the British actually, or was it the Americans, actually captured the site where the Germans were doing the testing. I think it was the Americans who actually captured it, because there's a picture of a group of American troops in one of these, or in the hull of it at least. Originally it was going to be a dismountable gun, but they changed their minds and actually decided they were going to make the gun fixed to the internals of the Arty, and of course it was going to be built off the GW Tiger, the Panzerkampfwagen 6 Ausführung B, or Tiger 2, as other people call it. That 50 TP, I'm still following him, and what I'm going to do is lay a shell into him as soon as I can. Rounds out. Yep, 321, and I got stun assist off that as well, and now he's tracked, and he's vulnerable, and he's still stunned. So he obviously can't use his first aid kit, or he's choosing not to, and as a result that makes him vulnerable. Okay, he's pulling back. Almost reloaded. Lost sight of him temporarily. I'm going to change my position slightly. I've noticed something on the minimap, if you can see it. The south side of the island that I'm on, there is two enemy tanks, a Progetto 46 and an E75. I'm going to do something about that. There's the E75. The Progetto goes off to one side. He's down. E75 out the game. That's my third kill. Now you can see now that we've cleared the middle island. All we need to do is deal some damage to these enemy tanks, the T-54E1 and the guy in the south, the T-44-100. Our team are now starting to move south towards the enemy. We're 3 up on them. Have a quick check to see where that T-44-100 is. Are there any other targets I can hit? Well, I can hit the 50 TP. I'm dialing in as fast as I can. Can I get another kill? Bounce out. Well, yes, I did actually, but at the moment I fired, I came out of aim view, so I'm going to go back. I accidentally pressed the button too hard, and it popped me out of aim view at the same moment. So anyway, let's see that again, and this time round I will take the view and hold it so that you see what I actually did. Okay, dialing in on target. Bounce out. Well, the shell actually landed slightly short of him, but it did wipe out the Object 140, and I've got 4 kills. I'm lead scorer. Okay, T-54E1's just around the corner. It'd be nice if I could put a shell into him, but he's gone. And that means now there's only 5 enemies left, and I'm looking towards the back of the map because I know there are enemy tanks and tank destroyers in that general area. Well, at least there's 1 tank destroyer. There's a Leopard 1. Okay, so can I put a shell into him? The Scorpion comes into sight just as I fire, and the shell falls short and hits the rock face, so I don't get anything from that one at all. Now it looks like an Object 140 is being surrounded at the foot of the hill, and the enemy Arty suddenly comes into sight. It's another GW Tiger. I'm dialing in as fast as I can and reloading, but I don't think I'm going to get a chance. Yep, he's out the game. He was killed by the Shrek from the hill. Meanwhile, we've got 2 enemies remaining, the Leopard 1 and the Scorpion. So I fire a round in, see if I can get them. No, doesn't get anything. The Scorpion's there, but he's about to go down. And that means there's only 1 enemy left. So this is a very fast game, you can see. Okay, Leopard's last one live, and he's gone, and that's a victory. Here's the end of battle results, and that was the first class tanker for 4Q2 in the GW Tiger, one of my games. Unusual name, but anyway. I got an expert for Sweden on that one because I took out an enemy Kranvan. That was the last enemy Swedish tank that I've killed in the game. I also managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. I did get 4 exactly in this game, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. Well, I got 5 exactly of those as well. My win rate in that game, 1,911. And if we look at the team score, we can see that I didn't get the highest damage in the game. In fact, I didn't get anywhere near the highest damage. But the highest damage actually went to the T110E5, who picked up a steel wall and high caliber for 4,807 hit points. In second place, the Leopard 1 on the enemy team, 4,723. And the third highest damage was the Progetto 66 with 3,890. I only got 1,756. But when it came to kills, I had the highest number of those with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Progetto 66. 2 kills went to the E5, the E75, and on the enemy team, their Leopard 1. And when it came to base XP, it was the Progetto 66 who did the best with 1,243. The E5 managed 1,070. They were the only 2 who managed to get over 1,000. And in third place was the T54 Mod 1. Would you believe it? The first prototype actually managed to get a Confederate and 918 XP. And I got 876 out of it. So reasonably good game. I fired 11 rounds, which is a decent number of rounds, but I missed on at least 2 occasions. As you notice, the shell missed the target and hit the ground far away from the enemy, far enough away that they didn't even get stunned or splashed at all. 5 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but I did get 10 splash and damage of 1,756, all of it at more than 300 meters. I damaged 4, I killed 4, and I also did 2,259 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns. So that accounted for the first class tanker. On a premium count, I earned 48,615 credits from that game. And I also took away 7,227 experience points as well, because I got a mission completion. Now, I think what it does actually prove is that Nigel's spot still works. So long as you keep moving about a bit, then the enemy Arty shouldn't be able to work out where you are. Plus, the best thing of all is you can slam shells into the side of the heavies that try to come up to the center of the map. If they do try to come up that way, then they're going to be really, really punished, because every time they try to move up, they're going to get smacked and stunned, and that enables your teammates to get damage on them. And if your teammates don't get damage on them, then you can wipe them out yourself when they get low enough on hit points. So I thought I'd just show you that. So that position still works. Yep, we discovered it 8 years ago, I think it was. Now, I found that spot, and I suddenly realized, oh my God, I'm actually firing into the enemy side, and there's nothing that they can do about it from that position. They have to change position in order to get shots on me, and it's too difficult for them to do that. So it's very valuable. It works well for Artys with high trajectories, but it doesn't work so well with the Artys with low trajectories. So French Artys don't tend to do very well from that position. You have to go a bit further out into the water to actually try and get shells over that rock face. Wargaming deliberately raised that rock face to stop people doing what we were doing and stop what I was doing. And as a consequence, now you have to pick your spot to work out exactly, can you get the shell over and into the enemy. Anyway, I thought you might find that amusing. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.